Hi everybody, Richard DeBanks from Athletic Alliance, the company that makes you better, faster, stronger, and smarter. And I have with us a special guest, Ivan DeBanks, because today's topic is training for kids. Now this is something I've heard, boy, going back to when I was a kid. There's always a debate on whether kids could lift weights, how and in what way kids should train, and whether it was any use to them at all. So, first of all, I'm going to give you the simple, quick answer. The answer is yes. And in fact, kids already are weight training. Anytime a kid is lifting something or carrying something, then they're essentially weight training. But I know that's a pretty unsatisfactory answer. So let's get into some more details. In fact, it's a great idea to have kids weight training, in exercising in certain ways, but it has to be done. Getting a bit of a strong gust of wind there. It has to be done in certain ways to be productive. What you want to achieve for children is you want to build up some strength. You're obviously not going to build a lot of musculature. You're not going to bulk them up or anything like that. What you want to do is you want to build some strength, particularly grip strength, leg strength, and more than that, you want to build full body coordination. So you want to do exercises that move several joints at the same time, legs, knees, hips, and that sort of thing. And all of that will transfer over into life in general, but specifically into performing in sports better. So here are some rules. I have some rules for training kids. And Ivan here, we'll link to a video of Ivan. I've trained him a lot to play football, and he's had great success. So we'll link to that at the end. But first of all, the first thing you want to do when you're training kids is you want to make it fun. Even adults don't want to just grind something out for an hour that's really boring or annoying or tiring. Kids even more so, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to make it fun. So you incorporate games into it. You keep a lot of variety, keep the exercises short, keep them moving on to something else really quickly. And like I said, just any way you can sort of incorporate play into it or make it fun, it's going to be much easier to integrate that into their life in general. Number two, work on coordination. You want to have kids jumping, doing a combination of things, like let's say jumping and then running and then lifting something up and carrying it, or working across on monkey bars, stuff like that. Anything that improves coordination. And really what's happening is when they do exercises like this, and I'll also put a lot of good exercises, weight training type exercises for kids at the end of this. What it's doing is it's activating different muscles and different joints, and it's creating, it's improving body awareness. Body awareness is crucial for sports, and a lot of that comes about through training because you become aware of what muscles you're working, how to transfer from one portion of, say, a lift to another portion of a lift, and that has a strong carryover in sports as well, right? Yes. Third, and this is third, but this probably is the most important thing, stress technique first. Don't get caught up in how much weight they can lift or, doing a max effort or anything like that. Technique, technique, technique. The last thing you want to do is have an injury, right? So you want to create the right technique, and kids ingrain really quickly when they're young. And really we're talking about, under 12 and under. After that, they can go on to sort of more adult type programs. But you really want to impress the right technique right from the get-go. And if you do that, it'll probably be there for the rest of their life. And you won't have the injuries, and they'll get the most out of the exercises. So technique really should be first, but that was number 3. Number 4, reward hard work. I have a few kids, as you can see. Here's one of them right here. And what we like to do is, kids like treats and things like that, so we like them to earn it. A popsicle or a chocolate or something like that. Make them do, I don't know, a sprint, a couple of wind sprints, or a farmer's walk carry, or you know, something like that to earn a treat. A treat should, I mean, you never want to, I think it's a bad idea to say you never want to eat this or you never want to do that. You just, what you want to do is say, hey, you can eat this, but you should do something to earn it. Okay, 5, avoid spinal loading. Like I said, weight training is fine and they're already doing it, but there's a few things that you do want to stay away from. You don't want to load up a barbell and have kids squatting heavy weights. The squat for that reason is one thing I would avoid until they're older. I would also avoid a clean and jerk or a snatch until they have that kind of coordination and they're a little further on in their development. Deadlifts is another one. I don't really like deadlifts for kids because you tend to see the form deteriorate really quickly. I think it takes a while before they have the right kind of form with a bar to execute that lift properly, and you see a lot of back rounding and stuff like that, which is probably going to create some problems. You can still do those sorts of things like deadlifts. Just use either like a trap bar type setup or a you know, kettlebells or something like that. So there you have it. Those are some of the main parameters. Can kids weight train? Yes, they can. And it's very beneficial, very effective for sports and for life. And I can say myself, you know, I started training at a very young age just because my dad would go to the gym and I would hang out there. And, you know, I haven't had any of these ill effects. I haven't had any debilitating back injuries. It didn't stunt my growth. None of that stuff. What you're doing is, and if you do it the right way, if you introduce them into it and you make it fun and you make it enjoyable and something they look forward to, you've given them a gift that will last for the rest of their life. Because anybody that knows it's been training for a long time, a gym is like, it's like home. You feel comfortable there, and it's something you can do for the rest of your life. So yes, kids can weight train. It's very effective for them. It improves them in life and sport. There's just a few things you have to watch and manage to make sure that it goes well. And that's about it. So until next time, remember, Athletic Alliance is the company that makes you better, stronger, faster, and smarter. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to have more great deals and more great videos. All right? All right, Ivan?
Yep.
До свидания.